Are you ready to learn the secrets of World Cup success? If you're a US men's national team fan, you are not going to want to miss this. We will go through everything that makes contenders at the World Cup and plot through the next 3.5 years of what the US men's national team needs to do to get to that point where they are competing for World Cup. We're about to reveal mysterious traits that sets winning teams apart at the World Cup. Going into the 2026 cycle, this has to be one of the most important 3 years in US soccer history, and we are not going to want to mess this up. Let's set out a roadmap today of what we need to do up until 2026, the summer of, to get to the point where the US can win the World Cup. But first, let's set the scene. The World Cup is the most prestigious tournament in world soccer, and it takes a special team to emerge as champion. So what actually sets those champions apart from other teams? Well, it takes a combination of and in this video, we'll break down each of those traits and explain how each contributes to team success. So if you want to know what it takes to win the World Cup, then make sure to stick around. This is one video that you will not want to miss. First and foremost, it takes a special kind of talent to make it to the top. I don't think this will be shocking for anyone watching, but a winning team needs players who are not only skilled, but also versatile enough to excel on both offense and defense. So let's talk about the talent pool then for the US. Greg Berhalter has done well to include a diverse set of players from varying leagues and backgrounds, but the next coach, or Greg if he stays, must do more to build a larger pool and not pick favorites. We need to have foresight of where we lack talent so we can develop that position ahead of time. If we're going to depend on the MMA midfield going forward, we need to find a long-term backup for Tyler Adams and more number 8s. If we can't find a forward that is banging in goals at a high level, we also need to figure out how to play with a creative front three. But talent alone is not enough. In order to truly shine, these players must also have the ability to work together as a cohesive unit with a strong understanding of each other's strengths and weaknesses. This is the elusive quality known as team chemistry.
There's no getting even with Cam.
Yeah,
it's like he always has to take it to the next level and win. You looked faster. You looked faster.
I am fast.
You're
That's
not
the
fast.
fastest I've seen you sprint,
not
though.
fast.
That's the thing.
I'm faster than you for sure.
Cam, I'm not gonna argue with you.
I'm
right
probably
now.
faster than you.
No, you're not.
Tyler's kind of quick.
He's just quick.
He's quick.
He's not fast. He's quick. Like his first few steps. I think you're faster than Tyler.
No, he's
You're
not.
faster than me.
You must be blind.
Okay, but the slowest here, Josh.
Josh, for sure.
Oh, okay. Listen. I'm not quick, but I build up speed and I'm fast.
Team chemistry needs to be built over time. And for the US, that means bringing in as many people as possible to these international camps. I'm tired of these instances for the US men's national team where we had an opportunity in the September window to bring in players like Tim Ream and Haji Wright to get to know the players and gel with the team going into the World Cup. But because they were on the outside looking in those camps, they didn't have enough time to integrate going into the World Cup. Tim Ream did what he could, but we saw what it meant for Haji Wright. The third trait is tactical discipline. And what I mean by that is a winning team must have a clear and effective strategy for both offense and defense.
You won at Chelsea the last 2 seasons. What's the key to winning at Stamford Bridge?
Play better than them, and then on the right to win, and then score one more goal. If we do that, I'm sure we will win the game.
Whether you're a defensive team like Morocco, a balanced team like France, or an attacking team like Argentina, those squads had buy-in on their tactical setup from top to bottom. The US needs to develop not only a tactical discipline, because I do think we had some of that in the 2022 World Cup as a possession-based team that attacks from wide areas, but I really think we need to build an identity that permeates outside of just how we play on the pitch. Personally, I think if we can combine the identity of the USMNT from the early 2000s, a team with a never-say-die attitude that was ready to knock your teeth out, and mix that with the enhanced talent level of our squad today, I think it would be the perfect combination of a team that is ready to go deep in international tournaments. Besides talent and training, there is something else that is make or break for a team to win the World Cup, and that is mental toughness. Mental toughness is the ability to stay focused and maintain a positive attitude and mindset even when things get tough. It's kind of like having a really strong mental ab muscle. And trust us, you're going to need it in a high-pressure environment like the World Cup. Teams that are able to handle the pressure and expectations of their fans and the media, as well as the physical and mental challenges of playing against top-level competition, are more likely to succeed and overcome obstacles on the pitch. It's like the old saying goes, the mentally tough team doesn't always win, but they always have a better time trying. Mental toughness came in handy for both Argentina and France in the last final of the 2022 World Cup. Argentina went up 2 goals only for France to come back and tie it. With all of the pressure on Argentina to win Messi his first World Cup, it felt like the game was in France's hands, but Argentina kept going, scoring a third in extra time, and then France tied it again. The mental toughness shown by both teams to fight to the end and not give up made for an incredible final between 2 worthy winners. Number 5 on this list is something we were cultivating before, and that is depth. Injuries and fatigue can strike at any time, so a winning team needs a deep bench and strong backups who are ready to step up and deliver when called upon. We saw how much our team was depleted by injuries leading up into 2022. I still don't think we have seen a game where all of our youngest players are on the pitch at the same time, except maybe that last half against the Netherlands. But even during the 2022 World Cup, Josh Sargent hurt his ankle in the game against Iran, and that completely baffled us in how to attack the Netherlands. We were also lucky that Christian Pulisic wasn't injured further in the moment that he had to leave the game against Iran and was able to come back against the Netherlands. The best teams have depth. Add to the Josh Sargent woes, our midfield had no legs left to chase down defenders and mark players in the knockout round, because we had very little depth to support them. The squad with the best 11 rarely wins the World Cup, but the squad with the best 18 to 23 players usually does. And of course, at the end of all of this is the coach. No team can reach the top without a top-notch manager who can motivate and lead them to victory. With the right combination of these traits, a team can rise to the top and claim the ultimate prize, the World Cup trophy. Now, we can argue till the cows come home if this describes Berhalter or not. If he stays on, he has a lot of improving to do over the next few years to get us trending towards a world power. But I actually think we can make significant strides in this area by hiring someone like Roberto Martinez or Diego Simeone. So here's the rub of it as I see it. The US men's national team is not far off from going deeper in the tournament. Imagine the squad we brought in 2022, but with Karim Benzema at striker and Virgil van Dijk at center back. We're only a few players and a world-class manager away from striking gold. So we have 3.5 years to do these 6 things. Here's the checklist for what I think the US men's national team needs to do before the 2026 competition to compete for the World Cup trophy on home soil. Number 1, expand the player pool and leave no stone unturned. Allow competition in every position no matter who the superstar is currently occupying that spot. Number 2, use competitive FIFA windows to bring in large rosters to gel as a team and build chemistry with your core guy. Number 3, refocus the team around identity, preferably one that feels uniquely American. Number 4, start developing players in the areas of need now before it's too late to build a complete roster, not just the best starting 11. And finally, number 5, hire a coach that can execute on all of the above and has the pedigree to win big trophies. Thanks everyone so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to support the content creation efforts here at It's Called Soccer, we would love for you to become a Patreon or channel member. By becoming one of those, you help us make amazing content. You'll get access to exclusive perks like behind the scenes videos, early access to videos, and your name will appear at the end of this video, just like everyone that is signed up for Patreon and channel memberships now. You can click the link in the description to become a Patreon or channel member. Otherwise, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on It's Called Soccer. Peace.